funny how most of them started it out, well, you didn't read what I wrote, did you? Oh, hell yeah, I did.
So these are the Ali gloves we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, these are two of my favorite things because when Muhammad came here a few years ago, spent the day with us, brought us to his place after we won the national championship and signed some gloves. And me, I'm a Muhammad Ali fan, so these will be like very valuable to me. And I'm a football fan, so and I think it was 60 or 61. I was probably 5 years old.
And you were saying yesterday you didn't quite realize what that was when you...
No, you know, it was in my mother's basement. Show you how dumb I am. My mother says, I got this ball in the basement. You want it? And I said, I don't know, you know, and I look at it and I remember my dad getting it when I was 5 years old because Vince Lombardi used to come up to Iron Mountain and speak, I guess. And I said, sure. And as I put it in there one time and guys came by and said, that's the most expensive thing you got, but I'm not a big, I'm not big into that, so I didn't know, but now I cherish it. Everybody from Bart Starr, Vince Lombardi, Ray Nitschke, they're all on there. And of course, Vince Lombardi is, you know, every Italian's hero.
So we're here in your office. Anything else? I'm noticing some rings.
Yeah, the rings are, I guess those are the hard works of Final Fours or Big Ten championships over the years. It's not all of them. I got to get a little bigger box, thank God. But it's been something that I just keep here and reminds me that the more rings you get, the better it is.
I've been told you used to keep letters in your office that you would receive that were criticism, and you've recently disposed of them.
Yeah, it's been a while now. I kept them under my desk. They were, I call them love mail, hate mail. You know?
Oh, you kept positive and negative, right?
Oh, yeah, I kept them. Yeah, I had to feel good about myself, like once a year anyway.
But when you got bad ones, you would call people up.
Well, when I got bad ones, my secretaries, you know, they always brought me the good ones.
Right.
So then finally one day I said, well, let's be real here now. I know there's a lot of bad ones. So then they started bringing me the bad ones, and we all decided that we'd call the worst letter of the month.
Is there one you remember and then how the call went with that person?
Yeah, there was one down in Hillsdale, Michigan that she kind of was mad at me about a lot of different things, and that took a long time to hunt her down. I mean, we had to, you know, with the internet and everything now, it seems like it's so easy, but for some reason we couldn't get to that one. We finally did, and I called very bubbly and said, hi, I'm Tom Izzo. And her first thing was, you didn't read my letter. Oh, yeah, and I'd underlined, you dumb SOB, you this, you that. So she was embarrassed, and actually most of them became big fans. It's like everything else in the world now. They thought they could just hide behind a letter, or hide behind you know, the texting, and that nobody ever sees it and nobody ever cares. But on the other end, there's a human being too, and so that's what I explained to him. I said, by the way, if I sent you this letter, or if I sent it to one of your kids, how would you feel? And there's always a different tone after the fact, but funny how most of them started it out, well, you didn't read what I wrote, did you? Oh, hell yeah, I did. You know, it was awesome.
So I'm not going to ask you to play, but I've heard you play the accordion.
Yeah, I got one here. Unfortunately, a guy gave it to me, and it's almost identical to the one I have, but the one I have is at my house, and my music is there, and you don't think I can play without music. And
how'd
the
you get
only
into
thing
that?
I can play is Christmas songs. I can play about 6 of them. And I do it at my radio show every year, practice one time. How did I get into it? My mother was, she could play the piano and everything. She wanted me to be a well-rounded, you know, it wasn't all sports. I was, I think, 11 or 12, started taking lessons, broke a couple fingers playing football and all my knuckles, all in the same year, quit taking lessons, and fast forward about 10 years later, and Mariucci and I were GAs, and everybody had to cook something for the Christmas thing, and well, neither one of us could cook. So I said, I'll play the accordion, you sit on my shoulder, collect money. We did it, and that was the end of the story.